A name is an important part to an engine. It is what defines them for who they are. Some engines have their names given to them by others, or simply earn their names as a reward for great things. But sometimes these names can get revoked and be nullified, as Percy was about to find out at Elsbridge one morning.
Hello, Wait, you're not Gordon?
Of course not. I am a B12, not an A0 Pacific.
Before Percy could admire the engine and ask more questions, the engine's guard blew her whistle, and the mighty engine left. Percy noticed the engine's number on his tender and was intrigued by it, so he went to speak to the other engines that night about it.
He looked similar to you, Gordon, with the same color and everything. But his number on his tender was long.
But what about his number?
98462.
Edward, Gordon, Henry, and Thomas were shocked. It was as if they had seen a ghost.
You sure that was the number you saw?
I knew the fat director should have scrapped that engine as soon as it entered the mainland again.
Why is he here?
Mr. Melville says something about him helping the little branch for a little. Well, Lydia's being overhauled.
You're kidding.
Just out of curiosity, who is this 98462 fellow?
Agreed! It seems like you had some major issue with him.
And what was his name?
98462.
I know that's his number, but what is his name?
Percy, what Henry is trying to say is that 98462 was his name.
But it wasn't his name before.
And this was the story. The NWR was still forming, with mergers here and there. S&M, or Sodor and Mainland Railway, had merged with the Wellsworth and Sudbury Railway to form the Sodor, Mainland and Sudbury Railway. Thomas, Gordon, Henry, Eagle, Colin, Lily, Edward and Adam were tasked with extending the lines to Grosvenor Gate. However, there was a lot of work and they had to do their jobs on top of the construction. Mr. Melvin's great-great-great-great-grandfather, the Fat Director, had at least 2 engines to help them out. Those being Alex and Alfred.
Well, welcome you two to my fine establishment of a railway. I'm excited to have you both here.
Why, thank you, sir. We are happy to be here, and we hope you allow us to stay on your railway permanently.
Oh, agreed. Well then, seeing that you both are keen on being really useful, Alfred, I need you to collect some rails and sleepers from that siding and take it to the bridge.
Right away, sir.
Well then, Alex, I guess I'll test you on express runs from Tidmouth to Wellsworth. Hurry along and get your coaches, please.
And Alex left. For the most part, the 2 visiting engines worked hard, as hard as they could, but when night came, the others found them insufferable.
Well, look at this freak show of a railway, Alex. We've got a tank engine playing foreman, a Frankenstein of an engine, several out-of-date relics, and a thoroughbred who is in a disgusting green livery of the Sodor, Mainland and Sudbury Railway. Yuck.
If you have nothing nice to say, then don't say it at all.
We old engines, as you called, built this railway.
Ha! Maybe 100 years ago. But now it's time to let the newer, more modern engines take over.
The engines were livid at the comment.
How dare you all!
Early that morning, Eagle had shunted in an important goods train bound for the extension of Grosvenor Gate. Alfred had arrived grumbling over last night's argument.
Well, good morning, your great highness, who has started an argument last night in the shed.
Watch it, you simpleton. You're talking to Sir Alfred Weslington.
Well, your great Weslington, the amount of coal I give about that is about 0 to 1. So, take this goods train to the bridge for the next phase of the reconstruction.
Why, I ought to.
During the journey, Alfred became frustrated.
First being disgraced by those horrid engines, but now I've been resorted to trucks. The shame of it.
It wasn't just Alfred who became frustrated. The trucks were beginning to lose patience with him too. They began to hold back.
What on earth are you trucks doing?
Alfred struggled on until there was a snap, and Alfred found his trucks rolling down the hill. Then there was a crash. When the Fab Director heard what had happened, he was very cross.
Alfred, I am not in the slightest bit happy with you. The engines told me you've been nothing but rude to them, and you went ahead and ruined well-paid money for the supplies to be destroyed. Furthermore, I have already paid for you to be here another 3 months. Thus, I need to find another way to punish you. But how? I see you take away that high-praying name he talked about this morning. Good idea, Eagles. Alfred, from this day forth, you will no longer be called Alfred. Your name shall be nullified.
Alfred was furious about his punishment, but he wasn't the only one to get his name nullified. Alex also ended up getting his name revoked after showering passengers with ash and telling them to be quiet.
All in, all the lease was up, and they were sent away in disgrace.
Does Mr. Melvin really have that power to nullified?
I don't think he does.
Plus, he would have to go through some paperwork to do that.
And with that, one by one, the engines went to sleep, leaving Percy a little nervous.